You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast, the home of sports, gambling, entertainment, and whatever the hell else has gone on this week. So pull up a seat by the fire, crack open a cold one, and make sure to get your bets in. Welcome to the Pine Room. All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Pine Room Podcast, episode 54. Is it 54?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
54.
it's 54. All right, I get my numbers confused. It's been a long time.
You said 53 on the radio today.
Yeah. Good radio show today. We're here in the studio. Myself, Chris, Matt, Jarrett, Coach. We're in the studio. You can see us here on YouTube if you're watching us on YouTube, but you'll probably listen in your little headphones or maybe your car speaker and on your way to work or cleaning the house or something, doing some spring cleaning. Either way.
On your way to commit a crime or steal a horse. Or...
Yeah. We had a great show today, talked to some good guests, and did some stuff. So if you're interested, WKKX, WVLY, you can listen to us Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Monday from 2 to 3, Tuesday, Thursday from 12 to 3. Tomorrow, we're our off day. We're going to be recording Bettor's Last Stand for episode 38.
Well, getting close to 40. I
think it's 38.
Yeah,
I
38
think.
right.
Matt is our
It could be
special
wrong.
guest from Pennsylvania going to join us?
I believe. Yeah.
It's
He's
Sam.
a regular booking.
Yeah.
He looks forward to it, man.
Yeah, Sam and I, we've been meeting every Friday. We talk about stuff and maybe introducing some new stuff into the clothing line and talking about some new things to do. But welcome to the Pine Room Podcast. We're going to be talking some different stuff today. Glad for you to join us. Hope you've been listening to all of our stuff. I'm used to doing a radio intro, so I run down everything. But if you're listening to this, you know who we are.
I think.
No, maybe there's some new. Well, I guess
Maybe you're losing.
Well, I guess if they're new, then they started at episode 1 and then work their way up, right?
Yeah, we'd have. So if you multiplied what hour and a half times 50, hour and a half times 50.
I'll do some math here.
That's a lot of listening. I mean,
That's minimum.
All right,
75 hours?
That's minimum.
What's the math you can do where you can get a
range?
A range, yeah. You could get like a
Mean, medium, or mode?
Yeah.
no,
mean.
No,
Yeah,
but the mean. What would the mean?
The mean, like,
What would the mean time of our podcast be? Like hour 33?
Yeah.
No,
Hour
probably-
37. I don't know.
Wait,
Yeah,
mean is the average, median is,
Me
mode is the most?
mode is like if there's 5 numbers and 4 of them are 4. The mode
That's
of
the
that
mode.
group is 4.
so we're.
And what's the mean? Or
Mean
the
it-
median?
Median's the
The
middle.
middle.
So if there's
Oh, the
6,
middle.
if there's 5
Okay.
numbers,
I gotcha.
and 3.
So to figure out like the average time that we would have for everybody
Look
to
at that girl
listen
running
to.
on TV.
Oh, I've seen that. I don't know. That's
She needs a
sorry.
gator
Like a
light.
video
If
game.
you're watching this, I accidentally forget to switch the cameras. I forget I have to do that now.
But I multiplied 1.5, so kind of like an hour and a half times 54. That's 81.
Oh.
81 hours.
So you have a little over 3 days worth of listening to us on here.
Well,
so,
like if you get an operation or something and you're bedridden.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, that doesn't count. Then if you put in Bettor's Last Stand, Soup and Stuff, some of the other videos
Well, if
we've
it's a
done.
bad surgery.
Be sure and pull
Right,
that.
right.
What they
Like
really
if you
want
have
to
your-
do is pull that interview
Like have your
up
legs cut
down
off?
at the Italian festival.
Yeah, we talked.
That would be a perfect one for him to start on.
Regardless of what content, I doubt anyone wants to listen to the radio with their legs cut off.
Well, what else would you do while you're laying there?
So
Well, I don't think the first thing I'm thinking when I wake up and I got 2 nubs. I don't go.
Oh,
Hey,
I better find a good
somebody-
podcast.
Yeah.
But once you
Adjusted to my stumps.
yeah, once you know you're bedridden and you're over the fact that you have stumps, then you just
think if we-
find things to do
do you think if like
because you're not going to go out and cut grass.
Well, you could maybe a riding motor, yeah,
Right, but you still have to
with
have-
a ground with a
Well,
high
the-
control.
yeah.
You
you still ride a motorcycle.
How are you going to shift gears? How are you going to do with your clutch?
Don't you do that on
Do
the
you gotta-
hand?
Oh, you gotta
the
do your-
motorcycle may be tough because
Whoa.
you
Don't you
could
gotta-
go swinging. You have no way to hold
Don't
yourself
you gotta?
on.
Don't you
Yeah,
gotta?
and then what happens when you stop?
Yeah.
When you stop at a light,
Just tip over.
God.
Do you think like if you were bedridden and you had nubs and we like made you laugh with your feet? Like,
Yeah, well, they say you can still feel your legs, right? Jump
It's
after
like
you
ghost
get
limbs.
Well, Mark, big question here is how much your legs getting chopped?
Just up to the knees.
Nah, well, is
Oh,
it-
yeah.
where the guy today at the trailer court got his leg ripped off by an alligator.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
What
If
if
I-
I
knee down.
if it happened to me, I'd pray that it'd be below the knee.
We
So
oughta
at least
send him
I
a
got.
card.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
have to worry about anybody tickling your feet anymore.
Right.
But you might. What if you felt the tickling and you couldn't stop
Yeah.
or you wouldn't have
Oh,
you wouldn't have to
God,
buy
dude,
you wouldn't have to
constant
buy shoes anymore.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah,
can put them on
you know,
it? On
your.
your
more money.
stumps.
Well,
Yeah.
no, you could get prosthetics.
Remember in the old days they used to slide around on mats, the homeless guys with no legs?
Oh,
It'd
yeah.
be like a mat. It'd
Well,
just be like a
magic carpet?
Yeah, you can remember that. They just slide around on them. They didn't have all like the stuff they have
well,
now.
no, they
like
but
motorized
they had a
chairs and
little
stuff.
little cart with little wheels on it too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like a mechanic's cart going
Yes,
in the cars.
yes,
Sliding
exactly.
under.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, in the movie Trading Places, Eddie Murphy did that. He acted like he didn't
Oh yeah,
have legs.
I remember that.
And
What's
he went around.
So
on
we're
it.
the
Wait.
official podcast of amputees, and
I don't know how
You
that's.
knew I was-
Well, hey, at least you didn't lose your hearing like the kamikaze pilots who forgot their helmets.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can at least hear and enjoy this.
Yeah,
What-
Chris. Today we looked. I don't know if you heard on the radio, but we were somehow it came up. Well, because we were talking about World War II.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And Champ asking why did kamikaze pilots wear helmets? So I looked it up and it said that it was so their head didn't get cold or they didn't go deaf when they put their head out the window to get a better view. So we
So
said
they didn't do what?
So
Go
they
deaf?
Yeah, go deaf or get cold. So we said, well, why the hell does it matter if they go deaf? Because
He's gonna
they're gonna
crash
burn.
into an aircraft carrier in 5 minutes, and he's worried about his hearing.
So they say after he dies, they said, well,
Right.
poor guy. Not only is he dead, he's deaf.
Right.
He's deaf.
But he couldn't hear the aircraft carrier.
Yeah,
coming
and
up
his
on
head
him.
was cold too out over the Pacific. Like, jeez, oh man, it's very cold.
That
over
was
the Pacific.
incredible.
Maybe, yeah. All right.
Where did he ever come up with that goofy ass? Did he think of that?
I don't know where he heard that. That's the first time I ever heard that. It's when he and I went out for a couple beers that day.
Applebee's? Was that
at
the
Applebee's.
chicken breast sandwich
Yeah,
thing?
and he started on his jokes, and he hit me with a lot of those that I'd never heard before. And
Well, he said
he was really funny that day.
He said what? He said what color does a Smurf turn when you choke him?
And he just, says blue and then just cracks up. And a girl, there were two good-looking girls there listening to him, and they were just laughing really hard, and he got the biggest kick out of that.
Yeah, and then he said what? He wanted a chicken breast sandwich. Hold the chicken.
Yeah.
Did he get a haircut yet, Matt?
I didn't see him today.
Okay.
I didn't
Wow.
see him.
He's
Getting long.
he was shaggy
Oh, yeah, he's
looking
very
Sunday.
He
Wow.
still hadn't smoked as of yesterday, like around 6 o'clock.
He hadn't?
No, he still hadn't smoked because Becky Boo
He's
wanted
ready
to
to
quit.
cash a bet.
Boy, he was all pumped up. He said down there Sunday, he said, I've gone 15 minutes without a cigarette.
I gotta give him credit because I took a hit of a cigarette when I was at Generations one time, and it was the worst thing I've ever put in my
They're
body.
bad.
You got to give him credit for what?
Doing that all the time. I mean,
Smoking?
Well, yeah. I mean,
You're giving it.
Most
No,
people wouldn't,
what I mean is
wouldn't
it-
destroy
Yeah,
their
what?
body on purpose
15
like that.
minutes.
it tastes like garbage. So I got to give him credit to put his body through that every day. I mean,
Well,
I
he's
gotta,
not-
What? Oh, congratulations for smoking a
But he's
cigarette.
Jim,
He's
you're-
not the only guy. I mean, the
All right,
millions of people.
All right, well then I
You
gotta
gotta give all those people credit for smoking?
No, I'm saying
Sir,
You ought to work for RJ
a guy
Reynolds.
just found smoke. Hey, sir, I'm very proud of you.
no.
I can't
that's
believe
not
you're
what I
fighting
mean.
through this.
Your body's hanging in there.
You're right. It's just
I'm saying
How long you been committed?
right.
47 years. Oh, that's really great.
Don't
to hear.
quit. Don't
No.
quit now.
Don't you quit.
You've come this far. Don't
I
you
wonder
dare
who's,
quit.
who smoked the longest in the entire High Valley. Maybe we'll have him on the show.
I don't know. Champ has to be, I would say, close.
I'm saying it's horrible and it destroys your body. It
My
destroys your
thoughts
body,
exactly,
but
Jarrett.
you're like you're how horrible that is for you to do that all the time. You gotta have some sort of
I thought he was
Some
giving-
sort of what?
What, respect for that?
no, some sort of like
Mental problem?
no, it's a good thing.
Power?
Not a good thing. Yeah.
Intestinal fortitude.
Like you had that, fortitude.
and stick to it.
That
is without a doubt one of the dumbest things I've ever said.
No,
One of the
all right,
dumbest
okay,
things
all right.
I've
Well,
ever
say
Wait, does
we-
the same thing apply to the crack users or the opioid swallowers?
What about us beer drinkers? Do we get a lot of credit for?
Well, no, that's different because to you it tastes good.
Well, to them, they love it.
I don't think they think it tastes good.
Oh my God, that's why they do it.
No, it feels good.
Yeah, but you know what? One time I had a pack of cigarettes, and I offered him to Cuckoo, but he didn't want them because they're menthol. He said it burned him. So there's got to be something to the taste.
Yeah, the guy has to have limits.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as they're already vaporized, he can't do
But I
menthol.
thought you were giving him credit for not smoking
That's
for
what I
15
thought.
minutes.
No, I'm saying I got to give him credit as the human being to put his body through that.
That's
See,
incredible.
Job says a more impressive feat smoking for 48 years and not
being
for
dead.
15, right?
Well, I'm saying it's all right.
If you do anything for 48
Doyle
years,
was
it's
here.
probably good,
I'm
right?
saying like it to me the experience was miserable. Like it was a horrible taste. It made me feel terrible. So I'm saying I give him credit for
being
putting up-
able to cope with that.
Yes.
What? I don't know.
Good job,
That's
champ.
really dumb. You're not getting out of that one.
Thank you for
That's
for-
really bad. But Champ had an offer from Becky Boo that we won't mention on
I
on
thought you were
air.
going to say
X-rated.
college.
So-
An X-rated offer from Becky Boo if he quit smoking, and I think that's driving him very, very
Oh,
hard.
I hope.
Oh, he was in heaven
What's his
Sunday.
part of the deal? I heard, but what? How long does he have to go?
Well, it's
I think
30 for like step one,
Do you
phase
think-
one, and then phase two is 60. Phase three,
What do
neither,
you-
There's
neither
zero-
one of them will live to stage
There's zero
three.
chance he's doing that. And
Will he be honest about it?
no, of course not.
Well, I like how when he goes outside, sometimes he's only going to do half.
Yeah.
He'll only do half.
I bet he borrowed.
always come in and
I
say, I took,
guarantee he
like,
went to
3
Griff's
puffs.
room
Yeah.
as soon as he got home Friday and said, "Griff, can I bum a cigarette?"
And he said he made it, but then I said, "What are you gonna do when you start drinking beer?" And he said, "Oh, that's when the hard part begins." That's
So
when it's gonna
what
get
is he?
hard.
What kind of cigarettes he smoke?
Whatever's the cheapest. he can buy.
Parliaments or this we had
Pyramid.
USA Gold
Pyramids, that's it.
Well, he has pyramids a lot of times, but he's done.
But he did well though, not
had-
drinking during the pandemic, didn't he?
Yeah, he did great drinking. Drinking's not his problem.
Yeah.
Smoking's his problem.
Well, yeah, drinking's really.
What did Champ do during the pandemic?
Took care of Miss Kitty. Just watched Three Stooges a lot.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Down there. That's
Yeah.
right.
Watch some porn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did better than Ace.
Oh,
yeah.
Ace couldn't go 10 days without a beer in public. Champ did that standing on his head.
No,
Literally
he did.
standing on his head.
And I remember when that went down. I remember everybody was concerned about George. Like, how's he going to handle it? But Ace was the one.
No,
Oh.
it's distraught.
Yeah, Ace
I
was,
mean, you
Ace
thought he
was
killed
really-
every member of his family.
I was about to call that mental health hotline that they have on TV. If you know someone with suicidal
Yes,
tendencies,
please,
Yeah.
call this
please
number.
contact.
That COVID wouldn't have went on much longer. It might have turned.
Yeah,
into
he
that.
was not happy.
If you don't know who you were talking about, we're talking about Champ, a.k.a. Cuckoo, a.k.a. George.
Boy,
If you go back and listen to Pioneer Podcast episode 15,
17.
episode 17,
I always remember that
was
because
9 months ago.
He's a 17-time
He appeared
champ.
recently on the Better's Last Stand.
we have
Yeah.
to get him on. We got to get him on.
Yeah, we got to get him back.
Call
up.
him and get his.
Well, I wish we were talking about the radio, maybe getting him on there. You're right, Matt. I think if you told him
Yeah, he won't.
that he couldn't cuss, I don't think he would.
We meant to test that. We got to test the button.
yeah, we got
yeah,
to test
we
the
forgot to
kill
do that.
button.
Well, and then too, Jerry, you're probably right because I mean, if it starts at noon, he's not been drinking.
That's what Matt
Yeah,
Matt said
yeah,
the
he'll
same
be
thing.
fine.
He said
He's
get him
probably
before he
fresh.
starts drinking.
Yeah.
No, he could slip up at any of us.
Well,
Could
yeah.
slip
I
up,
was
so.
I was also quick question. What was like the most popular cigarette like back in the day? Like
Right,
Winston.
Pall Malls and Winston.
Winston's
Yeah.
probably.
Winston.
Yeah, and then Camel non-filters, I think, were pretty.
Wasn't that
pretty-
Nana?
Salem.
Yeah, Camel non-filter.
non-filter.
No, so no filter at all.
They still have
Straight.
Cools, Chris. Kool.
Chris would know Al the cigarette. What's the number one selling cigarette right now, Chris?
Marlboro.
Marlboro Lights.
Yeah,
Yeah,
still
probably
not.
Marlboro.
The leading cigarette brands
Then
are
in inner city is Newports.
Newports.
Always Newports.
the
Inner
leading
Menthol.
cigarettes are number 1 Marlboro, number 2 Camel, number 3 Pall Mall, number 4 Winston.
Pall Mall's still holding in third. Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Then number 5 Dunhill, then Lucky Strike.
Oh my God.
Philip Morris International, Benson and Hedges, Davidoff, Newport is down
Where in the
there.
hell are people buying Benson and Hedges?
Newport looks like
That's been around forever.
Chris, what,
years. Yeah.
how much is a pack of cigarettes? Just on average. Like not your high. Well,
What's the mean, Chris?
Probably
even
about $6.50.
so say
$7.
$7, round it up to $7.
Because there's some cigarettes that are over $100. $100 a carton.
I was just gonna say that was my next question. What's a price of a carton?
I was in Marathon the other day, and I was checking out, and this lady bought a carton for $90.
That's just disturbing.
And the lady, like, she gets it, and the lady at the counter says, "Yeah, it'll be like $91.60 or the total." I just wanted to ma'am, you gotta be. Are you really paying for this right now?
They get a value out of that.
How many packs are in a carton?
10.
10 packs in a carton.
So there's 200 cigarettes in a carton.
200 cigarettes. And what do you think the average smoker smokes? A pack a day?
Probably.
How many? 10 cigarettes in a pack?
20.
Oh, 20 cigarettes in a pack. Yeah, I would say. I would say.
I don't know. In some people, so if you average that, that'd be like, what, almost one per hour in a day's time.
Yeah, that's
although
yeah.
you're sleeping though.
Yeah.
So,
Have you? That guy used to come into school and they would like bring in the lungs that were all blackened and filled with tar.
Yeah.
That alone to me would be enough to just say you can't. No way. There's no way. I mean, I saw a lady scooping like a spoonful of tar out of this lung of a smoker.
So what do you think? A heavy smoker. What could he smoke? Like you probably know some guys. Probably know some guys I'm talking about that almost light one off of another. What, 2 to 3 packs?
Do we know many people like that? I mean,
there's a couple I could name that.
Really?
Some chain smokers.
Curry said if he bought cartons, he only buys one pack at a time because if he bought cartons, he'd smoke them all.
This says
He said, I'd smoke them all until I've felt
how many
Really?
cigarettes are in a pack?
20.
20. So it says among daily smokers, the average number of cigarettes smoked per day declined from 17 cigarettes in 2005 to 14 cigarettes in 2016.
Progress, because we're on vapes now.
But
Yeah, you're right.
Let's just say a guy smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day. All right, so that's how much?
40.
No, I'm doing price. I'm going to do price.
$14.
Wait,
14.
2 packs a day?
Okay, yeah, 2 packs a day. Save.
So if you just said 10
How much?
bucks,
How
depending
much
on
for a pack? 10.
No,
Do the minimum 7. So
All
like
right, we'll
4.
say
Say
seven.
$15
All right,
roughly
so,
for 2 packs.
So seven
$7.50.
a day. He does.
No, 14. 2 packs a day.
So 2 packs a day, he's got $14 invested.
And times 7.
Times 7, that's already up to 98.
So he could have just bought the carton.
Let's see. Wait, $98?
$98. That's for 14. That's for 2 packs a day for a week.
And
then it would be times 52, right?
times 52.
Times 52. It's $5,096.
$5,000 for cigarettes.
And how long?
A year.
A year at 2 packs a day.
How many people?
How many cigarettes would that be though? I'd be like,
Jeez.
if you
Oh,
did,
my God.
do
40
a day,
40 times 365.
40 cigarettes a day for
Times
a year.
365.
like
14,000.
And the thing is, that's probably
That's just-
probably somebody has done that.
so
Probably
that-
even more.
How many people you know that would smoke like that wouldn't drink? Is that like goes hand in hand? Or are there a lot of people
That's
that
a good
smoke?
question. I think there's a lot of people that smoke that aren't heavy drinkers, but
So
might
if
not
you
drink
did
at
that,
all.
if you smoked 2 packs a day for 10 years, you'd smoke 146,000 cigarettes.
And that's for how long?
That's for 10 years
And there's
smoking 2
people that
packs a day.
smoke for 40 years.
and that's no, so that's $50,000, right? $50,000 you spend on cigarettes.
So if you,
I got to tell you, Jub, I'm with you. That's very impressive.
I know it's impressive. It is.
I think you've turned my opinion.
I mean,
commitment.
if you did that for 40 years,
Yeah,
you're
that's-
smoking almost 500,000 cigarettes.
You're really invested.
That's
I gotta give it
awesome.
to you.
For what, 50?
50 years, about 40 years, that's almost 500,000, a little over 500,000 cigarettes. That's a lot of cigarettes.
What
I
if
mean,
you saved all the butts?
how many? What's like a? All right, say do the same for a drinker. If a guy drinks every day,
Oh boy.
how many beers you
and
think
I thought about that when we were down at Karen Bowers. We saw those pallets full of beer, and I thought just any of us would drink.
Whoa.
Thought, wonder if I've drank that many beers in my life.
Like,
what do you drank a few pallets?
What do you think?
Yeah,
Let's just say an alcoholic. Like what? How many? Like, do you go through a case?
Yeah, I'd say 30 rack a day.
Yeah.
'Cause I know a few alcoholics.
30 a day?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Of Busch Light.
Yeah.
Or
Let's say 30
20,
rack of Busch Light.
I know. I'm not going to say who they are, but
You're right.
Yeah,
No,
they're not doing that anymore, but they were at one point.
So $16 for a 30 rack of Busch Light. Is that right?
No. It's at least 20.
Yeah,
Probably
20.
I see Walmart
22.50.
$16.
Oh, that's
For a 30 pack?
a deal with a
That's
century.
what it says. 30 pack.
Let's get up there.
Really?
That's
Man,
what
that
I'm
seems
seeing.
cheap to me.
All right. Well, no. Okay.
Put
A 30 pack of 25.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
more
let's
like
say
it.
24.
26 actually.
$25 for.
So 26. So say a guy. There's no way somebody drinks a 30 rack a day.
Oh.
You gotta guarantee it.
Really? All right, so $25 a day for a week. That's already $175 a week for beer.
For
For a 30 rack a day.
Times 52.
So times 52. That's 9,100 beers in a year. Multiply that by, let's say 30 years, you're drinking 273,000 beers. Now, what's that in ounces? So 20.
Oh, God.
So 12 times that. So that times 12 would be how many ounces, right?
Yeah.
So
A million.
I would say probably
Times
close to
12.
500,000 or something.
so that's 3,276,000. How many ounces are in a gallon?
128.
Yeah, 120.
Not about 128. You're drinking 25,000 gallons of beer.
Can you imagine drinking 25,000 gallons of milk?
That's
Oh,
That's incredible.
God. I think I'd rather smoke the cigarettes and drink 25,000 gallons of milk.
Oh, my
That's-
God. That makes me want to vomit.
I mean, that's a lot of beer. How many over under? How many beers you think you've drank?
I was
in
just
your
going to
life?
ask. Boy, that's hard to say.
That would be
you'd
so
have
hard.
It depends on the time of your life, too.
Right.
I'm saying in your lifetime from here.
It's just hard because these guys would have to go
All right,
back
let's
and
just say-
reconstruct.
over under 10,000.
Well, how many
beers?
beers? How many years you been drinking?
Jeez.
I'll say.
I mean, it's
40
easier to
for
say
me.
how many he hasn't been drinking.
That's would be a lot easier. I would say, well,
I'm
from
40.
from
I got
17
40.
or
The
18,
time I was 11. No.
17 or 18 years on, 65 minus
So
18.
you probably have about
47 years.
I was just going to say I'm 40. I probably have done 40 years.
So how many beers?
Nice
say
play there.
let's just put the
Yeah,
average. How many beers do you think at a mean?
if you would say a case a week.
a case a week. So let's say
Well,
30.
That's fair. That's fair.
30 a week.
Yeah, but well now I don't know about then, but
Well, what?
He makes up
so
for it
let's
on
do-
Sunday.
Wait.
30.
What were you saying? Back then, I drank more or less.
No,
That's
more.
a beautiful play.
More?
Oh my God! You only drink on Sundays now. I mean, Sunday maybe Saturday when the Pine Room rolls around. But all right, so 30. You drink 30 a week for how many weeks? 52.
52 times
So
47 is how
52
many?
times 47. You drank 73,000 beers in your life. Which, if we multiply that by 12 and then divide it,
No. So how many beers?
73,000.
Divide it by 24. And we'll do cases.
Oh shoot, I forgot the number.
73,000.
All right, divide by 24.
Yeah. How many cases?
You're at 3,041.
Cases. All right. Now,
I'd say that's pretty
now
close.
multiply that by
That's absurd.
multiply that by 20. We'll say the average 20. That's how much money
The
I
money?
spent on it.
30. What was it? 31,000
Yeah. Times 20.
times 20. That's
60.
620,000.
Wait,
No,
I couldn't
no,
have spent.
no,
that
no,
can't
no.
be right. That can't be right.
No.
That can't be right.
No,
Wait,
you, no,
you said-
no. It was
Jeez, that's over
5,000.
$500,000. I didn't spend that much.
All right.
Oh, that bill down Halloween night at River City was almost
Dog.
that much.
I still can't believe that.
So you said 47 years.
Yeah.
So that's 73,000 beers. Oh, I accidentally switched the screen. Sorry. So that's 73,000 beers. And then what do you say to do with that?
Divide it by 24.
Divide by 24. That's 3,055
Times
So then
20.
multiply that by 20.
That's about
61,000.
61. That's
not
probably
bad.
about right.
What would you do with $61,000?
I wouldn't have near as much fun as I had.
Yeah,
in my life.
probably buy more beer.
And Mark,
Yeah, right.
now are you just talking? What about all the times you were out and about, just buying everybody beers?
Oh, geez.
Just
Oh,
flying
yeah.
around, I
Yeah,
mean-
the money would be a
Oh,
lot
the
more
money
than that.
be-
I would
yeah,
say, yeah.
I bet it'd be an
Plus-
extra $40,000.
Plus
Plus
inflation.
there were stretches where I drank way more than
The average.
24
Yeah.
beers in a week.
Oh yeah, when you
Sometimes the Penguin games, you guys
yeah.
would probably do that in a day.
And I got like a football Saturday.
Oh.
Geez Louise.
Start drinking
And
at
I tell you
11.
what, the vets, when we go there and it start at 3:00,
Yeah.
I mean that's a definite 30 beers there. I mean
That's
bad.
just absurd.
That is absurd to be
absurd.
honest with you.
Hey, we have fun though.
Oh, we do. There's no doubt we've had a lot of fun, but
Like I don't think
I don't
I'd
remember
ever,
a lot of it.
I
but-
wouldn't change a thing.
I don't. That my thing about that is, and I still don't get it. It doesn't work through my head. I'm a binge eater. I eat. I am like an over consumer. I don't think I could sit somewhere and drink 30 cans of something.
Could you drink 30 cans of beer or smoke a pack of cigarettes in a day?
Jesus.
What
I'd have to
what
do
would be
beer.
easier
I'd have
for
to
you?
do beer.
Oh, okay.
No way I could.
Could
do
you drink
cigarettes.
30 glasses of water?
How about a 12-pack?
No way I could drink that. You die.
Your stomach will explode.
Wait a
Yeah,
second.
that's like that guy that drank the water in that challenge and died on
oh
the radio.
yeah,
Remember that?
yeah.
From 3:00 on till like 11, you couldn't drink 30 glasses of water?
That was because he couldn't pee, right? If you didn't
Yeah,
pee.
oh, yeah, you
his
know you
body-
gotta
his
pee.
body
Oh,
went into...
Well, none of us could do it
Yeah,
if we
but
couldn't
isn't
pee.
there
what
something
the-
like called overhydrate? Yeah.
There is. It
Yeah.
is.
Where your
'Cause
cells
you
explode.
can't sweat it out, and you're not peeing it out. And it
Yeah,
bars
yeah,
too.
yeah, I've
And
heard
it
that.
comes- Yeah, no, there's a guy on a radio challenge years ago that died doing that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't sit and drink 30 cans. There's no like that. I could never like think about drinking 30 cans of Mountain Dew. There's no way.
That would just get too
Your
sweet.
teeth would
and
just
too-
rot out.
Yeah,
It,
that would be bad.
it just, I don't know, the taste of beer and, and then once
Friends
you start
and-
to feel and laugh and you don't even think about it. It's just,
Dan, how many times, Coach, you think in your life when you're out and about in a bar where you had every intention of just staying for a little bit, then one guy walks in, you hadn't seen in a while.
It was funny because the other day at the vets, I stopped in there on Saturday because I want to sign up for the weekly and the daily, and then I was going to have one beer because I didn't feel real good. I don't know why. And so then I was there. I was drinking one beer. I forget who I was sitting with, and then Weeks walks in. Then Champ walked in, and the next 4 hours later, I went home. And I swear I was going to go.
Really? You were there that long?
Yeah, I stayed for 4 hours. I was going to stab one beer, and I was going to go home and watch Mayor of Kingstown, and I was all excited to do that. And then those guys walked in, and it was nah.
Shut it down.
It's
And
always
then I
a
started.
bad
Then I
sign.
started feeling better.
Don't you feel like you're gonna like explode when you drink that much?
No.
Yeah,
No.
here's this case. It was in
I think it was a
2000,
woman.
2009.
woman.
A girl drank, and she won a $16.5 million lawsuit. She wasn't around to see it. She drank, let's see, Strange drank nearly 2 gallons of water in over 3 hours in 2007 during a contest she heard on the radio. 107.9, The End.
They must.
Yeah.
They're probably not
Well,
around
she
anymore.
met her in.
Yep, and she died.
Oh,
She just had to drink a bunch of water.
Yeah, you couldn't pee. I
It's
don't
like
think.
a challenge or something, and I remember that.
Oh, I
It was
would have been in
terrible.
complete tears.
wow.
Yeah. If you got a crazy thing,
She only
you
got
do,
second place in the contest. She
Who
won
got
ticket-
first?
won
The winner
tickets-
survived.
Somehow the winner survived. She won tickets to her concert and died. That's nice.
Wow.
You think you
Jesus.
wonder
That was
why?
worth it.
Wonder. I don't know. Can you imagine? Nah, not even want to talk about it because
Yeah,
it freaks
yeah.
me out.
Yep.
We're not going to be running that contest on
No.
our radio show. Maybe. Never mind. I won't even say it.
We'll
all
do
right.
it with Fireball.
We're going to
instead.
take a quick break here on the Pine Room Podcast. Go drink a beer, drink a water, or smoke a
Smoke
cigarette.
something. Do
Yeah.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast, but you don't just have to listen to the podcast. We have some other stuff out there too, like Bettor's Last Stand, our sports betting show covering all things sports and betting.
or Soup and Stuff, where Soup sits down with business owners, athletes, and other professionals for good conversation. Or if you want to listen to us live, you can tune into The Watchdog, FM 98.1 or AM 1600. Or you can listen live online at thewatchdognetwork.com. You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast.
All right, you guys want to talk about Soup and his schedule, so I don't know.
Well, when we were at the break, we were just talking about Soup and how he never stops. But the other day, I wanted to just go break down what he did when he came home last weekend or 2 weekends ago. The day that he woke up. I believe he went to work out. Then he went to Rachel's on 16th for breakfast, and then he went home with his family. Then went out to lunch with his family. Then came up to West Liberty to the baseball game to watch the game with me. And
how long did he stick around for that?
I think we were there till the fourth inning.
Okay,
fourth inning, left there. Then he went to the AT&T store, got a new phone. While he was waiting for his phone, he went to Wakeham's, got a hot dog and drank a little beer. Then when he got his new phone, he went back home and then went out to the 19th hole and then to Generations that night. So,
and then, you don't even know that.
I'm missing. Yeah, he went. After the West Lib game, he went to Ellen Jack's to have dinner and then went to go get a new phone.
It's incredible.
He didn't go to Dirty Dog. I figured he'd be there too.
Sorry, I was taking a drink, but yeah, I'm out of breath talking about how much he does. But Soup, we love you and we miss you, and you're a nut. And go Bucks.
Walk through a day, besides that, a normal day for him when he was home on a regular basis. So he would
right there.
Well, yeah, but he always had something to do with his family. Like he had to take his
dinner.
Yeah, but then he'd have to take his sister to cheering practice.
Well, that was before, when Gio was younger.
And then he would always have to go help someone move.
A lot of birthday parties.
A lot of birthday parties.
Went to his grandma's a lot.
Grandma's a lot, and then move people.
His aunt, I swear his aunt was moved. She was moving for months.
Where's she moving? The International Space Station?
I'll never, ever, ever let him talk me into come doing something with me.
No, never again.
Because it won't be what it's.
He said, hey, can you come help I think his aunt.
His aunt over in St. C.
Yeah. Move. And yeah, okay, I'll help you out. So we went out, and I tell you, anytime I've ever moved anything, it goes from, okay, just moving a couple totes to you're moving the entire house worth of stuff. I mean, we're jamming stuff in cars, and it was just carrying tote after tote after tote after tote.
I would love to know how many things we picked up from that attic and brought it downstairs. And then we would load it in the car. It was like a puzzle. We'd try to puzzle it together. Then we'd take the load down. Then we'd come back. And I think I remember she said she was going to pay us pretty good, and I think she gave us like $10-$15.
He would just when we got done, he would laugh when we just get on him. He would just laugh.
Yeah, because he thinks it's just hilarious.
Every time people try to get you to help them move, you're right.
It's
never. Jason Asbell, my friend, and I had to move Reed Amos when he was working at West Liberty. Should have asked him about this on the radio. It was the worst experience of my life. We had to do everything for it. We did the guy's entire house, everything. We were supposed to be for like an hour. It was like 12 hours.
Every time
he said, "Hey guys, I'll get beer and pizza afterwards." No, we had like warm 7-Up at the end. And nothing to eat. We were like, Jason's like, "Never fucking again." We're helping him move.
And anytime you ever move anything, getting stuff out of the house is way harder than what it seems you put it in the house. Like especially with stuff at home. But I'll never forget you got us because you got me and Jarrett with that old neighbor.
Well, I was just
going to ask him about that.
And he comes upstairs and said, "Hey, can you help move Phil?" His name was Phil, lived there. He said, "Hey, can you help Phil? He's just got to get some totes into the U-Haul." So I think, all right, a couple totes, right. Go over there, bing, bang, boom, get out of there. First thing we move, piano.
That's real good. Was Eric there to help you move? The piano tuner?
And not a knock on him if he ever listens to this, but they saran wrapped the drawers so that the drawers didn't fall out.
Right.
But what they didn't do was empty the drawers. So there's
No fucking way.
So a dresser,
So,
like a big ass dresser.
God.
Matt, I'm telling you, we would tilt the thing and you would just hear.
Well, and the thing
Shit,
was
it's probably
too,
really heavy.
We were on their driveway's this slope. It was like almost
like-
a 90-degree angle, and then the ramp out of the U-Haul makes it even more steep. So I mean, you're going up. It's like you need like a pickaxe to try to like climb up this like an ice wall that we were trying to get up. One, remember there was that big ass grill.
Oh yeah, smoker. We
it was
moved
a big ass smoker
through the living
He
room.
tried to get it. We couldn't get it off the back deck, so we had to go through the living room and like navigate through. There was
There might not be anything worse than moving.
No,
No,
it's
I think
the
that's why I
worst.
had 2 hernias, because of helping people move.
Well, I just recently helped Hannah move a bed down. Like we took the bed apart, moved it downstairs, and getting things around corners that are like rigid, like big pieces of wood and stuff. It's the most annoying thing because you don't want to scratch the walls. You don't want to nick. His aunt had us come move stuff, and if she ever listens to this, I apologize, but we moved. I can't remember what it was. What did we move? It was some
maybe like a dress.
swimming.
it was like a
dresser.
TV stand or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Why not?
we moved this thing, and I remember it. You ever do something with a group of guys, like, and you're around maybe older folks, and you do something, and everybody starts to laugh, and it's like a funny thing, and you're trying to be serious around old, like folks you should be serious around.
Right.
We moved this dresser or whatever it was, and we like eviscerated the door frame, like just shredded the door
like
frame.
Wolverine
moving this thing.
came
Like
through.
it looked awful, and they didn't see it. We were laughing so hard because we just wanted to get out of there.
Oh, my.
And she said, "Thank you." Never heard anything from her. I'll never. Anybody, I'll pay anybody to move.
Matt, I
anything
told you on the
move.
show the other day, if we ever move, I think I'm just going to walk outside in the front yard, put a for sale sign, and take the only valuable things I need and say, you can have the rest.
Here's a question.
I don't want it.
For you, Chris, because we talked about it on the radio. Go listen to it in our archives on the Pine Room Podcast YouTube. If your house, if they said there's a meteor coming down to North Wheeling and it's going to wipe North Wheeling out, you got 15 minutes to get out of the house. You can grab whatever you can in 15 minutes. What are the top couple things you're going to grab?
And you can put them in your truck if you have a truck. So you can get as much as you want, but you only have 15 minutes, and then this thing is going to hit and everything is gone. I mean, you live, but your house is like.
I mean,
well, we were comparing it to those people in Arkansas and Mississippi when they sound a warning for a tornado, and the tornado is an absolute 100%. Your house is right in the destructive path, and you saw some of those houses were just leveled down to the foundation. So
Well, I'd have to take my medicine first. Make sure I got my medicine.
oh, we never heard that one.
Nah, that's
Yeah.
new.
That was one. That's a new one.
I mean, Toby.
Okay, well that people just
Yeah, that I assumed that like the pet would be kind of like inherent.
Did
like
anybody
like,
leave their pet behind?
I probably
if
like,
they had Cujo?
I think Bob Slider did.
yeah, he came in. You probably
Bob
tell him.
Slider said I was going nuts. He said the only 2 things I would get if I knew this was coming was my money and my weed.
Yeah.
Money, weed,
Yeah.
his rubbers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you get any of your money and
his comb.
Okay, you
Yes,
take your
it-
money. Okay, so Chris has his prescriptions, his money, and
Toby.
Toby.
And the cat, too, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe the cat. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Cats are good.
What? So what? Would you take any?
I mean,
What about like sentimental?
Pictures.
no, I don't give a
You wouldn't, like, take a box
Now
of-
you're the first guy that's like pictures of you and D'Lo and the kids when they were young.
Take a
and-
box of his favorite
I-
cereal, probably.
It's in my mind.
That's a good point, Chris.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Very well said.
I was just say, hey,
And you got a lot of stuff on your phone. I mean, you got.
No,
a
I'm
lot
talking about
Yeah.
pictures you didn't have on your phone.
I mean, if I had time to get them, yeah, but
Well, 15 minutes. So you've
What about some of your old baseball trophies that your mom saved?
I
already
what
throw all
about-
those away?
I-
what about if your mom's albums were in there with the pictures?
Oh, yeah,
in it?
those are must keeps.
Would
Those
you
gotta go in the
or do you
front
have
seat.
that? Or do you have that all in your mind also?
No, I still, I for the first, she passed in 17, and after we cleaned out the house, I've had those things probably 5-6 years now. I've looked at them once, not every album. But,
Well, yeah, but that's those things that you don't look at every other day. But
I never look at them. But no, I would definitely keep them. No, I'm not. No, she put a lot of work in. I don't have them all. I mean, Kim has some.
Yeah.
Bonnie has some.
I mean, those are things, man. If you get a family together and you break those out, all you do is laugh and say, "Oh my God, look at this, and you'd lose those if you.
But I asked this before, and however, our families each have, I assume photo albums that date back a long time. Eventually, when do those things just not become important to anybody? Like generations?
Probably
eventually,
never.
If we do a shitty job as family, we do a good job of keeping the young kids involved. But
Right. Yeah.
whenever that dies off, whenever the next generation doesn't make an effort to get together as a
Well-
group, have fun, talk about that old stuff, then it.
I know,
And
but
I think
would that make any difference to you? Like, well, hey, I got a picture of my great-great-grandfather from 1800.
I
Yeah,
love
well,
old pictures.
I think when
Absolutely
you're in a
love 'em.
family setting, I think it's fun to look at that every once in a while.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's
love
like
'em.
I think if you have something like you said, if you have your great grandfather who was a potato farmer in
Yeah.
Ireland, like
Means nothing.
to me, I have
me.
no personal connection with him. By now,
But you find that ancestry
I
stuff
find it
cool, don't you?
interesting,
Yeah.
but now I'm an oddity as far as like people liking history and stuff. But like I don't know, I was going through Ancestry, and on Ancestry they compile some old images of stuff, and like I was looking at older folks on there, and it just they're my relatives from such and such 100 years ago, but like doesn't really have a. I mean it's. My big thing with that is it's incredible to think like could they imagine me like if I went up to them in their year and said, hey, I'm your great
Right.
would that have but I don't I mean
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
I think
get
they'd
what
think
you're
that
saying.
was really cool.
I think it's the most fascinating thing ever, like ever, to figure out if you could figure out your lineage all the way back, like how
Yeah.
far back and
Yeah.
who are you related to? Like, there's got to be the people that you could have been related to are amazing. to
So
me.
I took an Ancestry DNA test last year. I did one $100. If you haven't done it,
I remember you saying this.
if you haven't done it, I'd do
it
it.
was around this time. I feel like last
Look
year.
at this picture. This first one that popped up on my feed. You see that?
That's a school photo.
That's on your profile on
Is that from Willing Park or
Ancestry.com.
something?
Really?
So, like, if somebody looks
I
at
like
this,
that hair.
somebody
I
looks
like
at
my
that-
hair there. Don't you like my hair there?
Yeah, it's a
Good.
picture of Coach probably when you started teaching.
I was gonna say,
I thought you were going to show me Paul Weiss. at
I
first.
thought something like it.
But like there's a woman on
Pause.
here, just for instance, her name is Nettie J. Nuss, and she's supposedly in my family tree. She's born in this picture's from 1893. No idea who she is, but I mean, like, there's a picture of her
That's insane.
Wait,
from 1893. She's supposed to be in my family tree. She's my second. No, that can't be right. Second or third great grandmother.
1893.
Yeah. Either way, here's
Grandma Nuss?
here's our DNA history. So we're 26% German, which is probably from that side.
Hence the Delbrug.
Yeah. We are 17% Italian, which is my mom, and 15% Welsh,
Right.
which is probably from.
Quilligan.
Well, no,
well-
Welsh is probably from my grandfather on my mom's side. Ireland,
There's your
14%.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
Quilligan. Swedish and Denmark.
Still don't know what that one
No
is because I remember
idea.
talking to you about that. We had that in ours too. So I
Yeah,
don't-
Sweden and Denmark. I have no idea where that's from. And like a lot of my features that they say I should have is from Sweden and Denmark.
Scandinavian. Yeah.
Then Southern Italy, Norwegian at 2%, and then we're 1% Jewish.
Oh, really?
how?
I don't know.
1%?
One
Chris, you got to
1%.
remember, Jewish people have been around for thousands of years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1%
somewhere.
Jewish.
So at some point or another, you're 1/34th Jewish, and someone marries someone or
Yeah,
has kids.
you might have been
related to David. Who knows?
Yeah.
We don't know. That's what's so fascinating. Your ancestors could have marched with Attila the Hun or
Yeah.
Genghis Khan.
Yeah,
you don't
you're
even
right.
know. Like,
Right.
that's fascinating.
That is amazing.
Wouldn't that be
to think
amazing?
about.
What if like Cooley was related to Hitler or something? Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like,
Well,
what?
you
Like,
never know. That's right.
Cooley claims that he's Native American, and that's what Rodney says, that he's Native American. That's what like his ancestry is. Yeah,
they don't look a bit Native
I know. I don't know.
Ronnie don't look Native American.
That's what Rodney says, but I don't.
So
I think Rodney might just be messing.
what
with it.
what also is really cool on this ancestry thing, if you've never done it, that if other people have done it and they do the DNA
Right.
test, they'll
And it
match them
matches
with
them
you.
up, yeah.
So my two cousins, Stephanie and Matt Pokel, they're both on this DNA test, and they say my first cousins on here are them. Then I have second cousins that I have no idea who these people are. Albert Pacheski, Phil Bone.
He sounds like a chess
Phil
player.
Bone,
Phil Bone.
B-O-N-E.
Phil Bone plays for-
B-O-H-N.
He plays for the Phillies.
Yeah, Alec Bone.
Third cousin, Erica Black, Elizabeth Chilcote, Amanda Moore, Shannon O'Brien, Joyce Bachman, Donna Simpson. I mean, there's all
Crazy.
these who are supposed to be my
That's
third
fascinating.
But is
just
that-
one little
is that-
drop, and your blood is the same as
Is
theirs.
that accurate though?
Why wouldn't it be? It's more accurate now than
I mean,
ever
and then it
before.
goes all the way to
he
fourth
swabbed his
cousin.
mouth, Chris, and it's his DNA.
Like, there are people in here that should be my fourth cousin that are just, I mean, literally 100 people that are my fourth cousin, which is nuts. That's crazy. So
Chris,
some-
you're saying you pay for that, and they could just make up any bullshit.
Yeah, they make up
They
some.
ain't got
Well,
any
I
bullshit.
mean-
Boy, you're a conspiracy theorist, Chris. God, you don't believe in aliens. You don't believe
Well-
in DNA. Go out. Oh, never mind. I'm not even going to say what I'm going to say. There's guys going to prison for rape because they didn't believe DNA was real.
Well, they're gonna they
Why
just
don't
make
you know
up
these
these.
people? Then you got all these cousins.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know everybody that I've ever coming from my
Well,
great
think about
great
that.
uncle Bill. I don't know.
For every single generation, your mom and then Coach, you had probably cousins on a certain
Right.
side of the family you barely ever met or knew.
Oh,
and then
definitely.
just they have a and
Yeah.
you're same thing, Chris. Like some of the ones maybe on your Pavlik side that you never even
Well,
met.
the Quilligans, I wouldn't know.
Right.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, like nobody would know.
Side.
any
Well,
of
they
the Quilligans.
like Ancestry. They could just put a name that they could put down Richard Head or. What are some
Yeah.
of the, what are some of the ones we were saying? Richard Head.
Uh,
oh boy.
Oh, geez.
But
some of
isn't
the-
there always Mike Hunt in there?
yeah, Mike Hunt was on there.
There was a. Where were we doing that?
Mike
At Easter.
Oxlong.
Yeah, Mike.
Mike Oxlong.
Geez, I'm
Oh,
trying to
it's
think of the
like
other
that
ones.
Mike Decrease had a bunch of them.
What?
Those silly names.
Like Haywood Jablomi.
I never heard that one.
Yeah, Haywood
I'm
Jablomi.
glad Matt didn't say that when we were
Yeah.
interviewing Haywood.
Highwood
High.
Hayes.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, Matt started out right out of the gate.
Well,
He
that's
said
better
that-
than what Chris said.
He said the one thing I don't want to do
Yeah.
is call him Highwood.
Oh, I
and
got it out of the way early.
Exactly the 2 minutes after he said it.
Yeah, I was-
Hey, Chris, do you know Anita Dump?
Oh boy.
No, man.
But Chris, back
Off
to
the rails now.
back to old pictures.
Yeah.
I used to love to go over to Pauline's house, and she would pull out yearbooks from like 30, 40. I loved looking at those. Just because I saw people that I recognized the name, you know, like that were her age, that probably most of them were dead, but I wanted to see what they looked like back in
These were photo albums or yearbooks?
yearbooks,
But
Warwood High yearbooks.
did
Oh,
you-
so
I could sit there
she
for.
was from Warwood then. So you
Yeah,
knew
she
a
went
lot
to
of the
Warwood
name.
High.
Okay,
But you
okay.
knew the people. Maybe that was the mom of somebody you knew, or that was maybe the cousin of
Yeah,
somebody
but I
you
just
knew.
found it neat as hell. I thought it was fascinating to look back through all those and see the coaches.
Did you get
and
to
the-
see the band?
Oh yeah, oh Lauren
The one
Mercer.
that played
Yeah,
Warwood.
Do you think
absolutely.
the
Lauren
Warwood
Mercer.
High
Was he the
Fight
one
song.
that took the band around, right?
Yeah, they were.
That was a big thing
What
when I
around
was a kid.
Warwood? I just
You
found
hear
that
the band
fascinating.
coming?
Hey,
That was great.
I was looking through a yearbook back when I was in elementary school, in kindergarten, matter of fact. Could you now, if I handed you a kindergarten yearbook, I don't even know if you got yearbooks in kindergarten, but if I handed you a yearbook from kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth grade,
Of him in school?
do you think you could name everybody in your class?
I have a lot of class photos going back to that, and of course, my mom labeled every damn kid on there. But if I had to look at it without knowing the names, I could probably get 3, 4.
Yeah,
something,
and I
would
thought that
think.
was incredible. Like, I was looking at this yearbook, and maybe 1 or 2 I didn't know because they were a kid that maybe came in and then left the next year. But kids that went through school with me, I could name every single one of them.
But don't
every
you
single
find
one.
that fun?
Oh
Well, yeah,
yeah,
but
No,
that's
I-
because I have a
How
personal.
about in your high school though, Park?
That's high school.
I know.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah.
how many was in your guys' class?
400,
400,
450,
I
I
was
think.
like
Yeah.
6.
Yeah,
Like,
400.
my
450.
grade school and middle school definitely.
Yeah.
but not
High
Yeah,
school
not high
stuff.
school.
You get about maybe 3.
But the reason I'll backtrack to what Chris said, he wouldn't care about getting his pictures.
yeah,
or,
the tornadoes coming. He doesn't
yeah.
care
So
about the picture.
Well,
but that
Although I do have 2 yearbooks, I'd probably not. I would take that.
see. Yeah, I mean, and then you could go back but those you
What
could.
about your Playboy collection? Or your Penthouse magazine subscription?
Those are up in the ceiling, so
Right,
they had to get
right.
up.
That was,
they had to tear the
His-
ceiling
his
down.
Hustler.
From 1977. So we're like
Yeah.
Champs girl, Sally Struthers.
Sally
was the
Struthers.
centerfold.
Yeah. Suzanne Summers or
Yeah.
Sally Struthers?
Oh boy.
Well,
Two different
Suzanne.
pieces.
Suzanne
I was going to
Summers.
say, I don't think Sally
All right,
Struthers
all right,
is the
so-
centerfold model. Oh, good
All
Lord.
right, so Chris grabs Toby, prescriptions, money,
Phone
year-
charger,
The Penthouse.
2 yearbooks. and-
anything.
two
yeah.
2 yearbooks.
And I'll get
Penthouse.
and I'll take the family albums,
In a
Yeah,
pack
and
of
the-
Oh,
flip
so now
flops.
you're taking the album.
and then maybe a couple pair of shoes and some underwear.
That's good. Good thought.
No socks.
Oh
what-
boy,
what else-
definitely. Hey, he's definitely taking his shoes.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
God,
Yeah.
those might be the first thing he gets, Matt.
The shoe bag, he throws it in the back. He's like,
There's Toby behind. No, I just got these Adidas.
Yeah.
Mr. Pavlik's been
now
wearing
you-
the same shirt and pants for 6 weeks, but he had a different pair of shoes on every day. He goes to the
Well, what did a lot of other people say?
Well,
Were we, like,
money was first. Pictures was up there.
I don't think you'd need money like cash.
Yeah, but you
well, if you have it, you just.
I mean,
wouldn't
if you
wanna-
can get
you
it
can't-
quickly.
you can't.
Yeah, if you have a safe,
you can
or
never get it
something.
back.
Like, I'd go in
Well,
the
I mean, what
ceiling
if
and
you just go to the bank?
No, I'm talking about cash. You
Like
have
cash
you
is
can't,
in
but-
your house.
Yeah, cash
you
in your
can't like
house.
recoup it. There's
Yeah,
no way.
I know,
You
but
can't
how
I
prove
thought the
many-
bank
I
was going
mean-
to get blown away.
Yeah, but
Oh, the bank blows up too.
it. Community.
I would
bank,
get-
like-
No, I'm saying the only place that blows up is your block.
Oh, okay.
North Wheeling
I
just
would
blows
get
up.
100% going in the ceiling.
Yeah,
be
you
the
got to
first-
get your money, your
one of the very
passport, your
first
ID,
things.
all that
Yes.
shit.
But
you
I'm
can't
saying
get anywhere without that.
You're gonna waste time getting money that if you.
But it would only take me 30 seconds to grab it.
well, what
I'm
if you
not
what if
talking
you drop a quarter in a?
I ain't worried about a
He's
quarter.
going
but
for the big bills.
If you got a
yeah.
couple $100, you know.
you never know when you might need it. If
Oh,
you got
yeah.
gold in your house,
Oh,
get it.
definitely.
Yeah.
I said the
Any-
gun in your safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's a good. We probably. Yeah, that's a good spread of things.
What if you dropped a quarter?
I always thought it would be cool.
It
that-
keeps rolling, and he's
Right,
running
right.
after it.
Yeah.
He's
Car-
like,
your
you
car.
had an hour to get out of that, or 15 minutes to get out, and he's like, well, I dropped a quarter.
I gotta go back
it rolled
in.
under the fridge.
Wait, where's
he ended up dying.
Where's Coach at? Oh, he's right. He's chasing a quarter under the fridge.
Man,
So,
man dies.
Your dad would go get some
He
of
had
those
to go back
the
and get it.
changes rolled in those little things that you used to have to roll the coins in.
Fascinating.
Speaking of like, if you had all right, a day, maybe a little over a day to prep for like an apocalyptic level event. Are you staying at home, or are you going to try to go somewhere where you could get
Depends on how
safe?
stocked
Yeah, I
up
mean,
you
what
are.
do you mean? I mean, what if you have a safe place that you can?
All right. Let's say another meteor is going to explode. It's going to
Which
just
it will.
blow up.
It will.
It's just going to blow up, wipe out a lot of stuff, and then there's going to be a fallout. And you got to pick a place that you're going to stay for. Let's say 12 months. You got to stay in this place
I'm
for
staying
12
home.
months.
Yeah,
but
I'm
you're-
staying home.
Wait, your house is going to be gone. You just said.
All right. Let's say zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, I'm staying home.
Yeah, aren't you going to try to stay home?
Yeah,
I
I'd
don't
stay
know. I
home.
mean,
Just board everything up and make sure you have enough water and.
I mean,
I'm going to Slobovia.
I'll tell you what, Slobovia
that's
would,
not a bad.
That's where I'm isolating.
Yeah, no, that's not
yeah,
a
that
bad.
wouldn't be bad. You'd be surrounded by water.
There's no, and there's
You'd
Some
have
of
to
those
You
just
just got to
zombies
pray
can't
there isn't
swim.
one. You just got to pray there's not one over there already.
nah,
Right.
well, Dan.
Or what if
well,
it's
you could just
freezing?
fish.
It'd be like the movie The Gray, and we'll get there, and Dan will be patient zero.
Yeah,
He'll be
right.
he would have
It'll
spread.
be
It.
too late.
What were you gonna ask, Chris?
No, I was just saying, but I agree. But if it's if it's in the middle of winter, and it's
Ooh.
like 10 degrees, and you were stuck on
Yeah, Slobovia.
Island.
Yeah, it might be cold.
I don't know.
Although you
For
wouldn't
those of you
mind
that don't know
You'd
what
rather that-
Slobovia is, Slobovia is the little island off of to the south of the dam.
A sliver.
And our
Right
town
down
of
by
Wheeling.
the 20th Street Docks. Is
Yeah,
that
but
where
no.
Or is it up
24th Street. Yeah, 24th Street.
Yeah, it's
up.
right below our house, right below where we live. Yeah, and it's an uninhabited other than some people from Slobovia.
Well,
Yeah.
Dan, they had the Harlem Globetrotters over there today.
Yeah, they're playing on one side of the island.
Yeah,
One side.
the
Yeah, they're there today.
The Globetrotters played there.
He's lining up a WWE.
Then we had a big war, Cabbage Patch versus Furbies.
They were Cabbage
Yeah,
Patch
Civil
and
War.
Furby dolls that were left over from like Eastern Ohio.
Slobovian Civil War.
And they found their way onto a barge and they crossbred and now they're having a big war on Slobovia, the Cabbage Patch dolls.
And the cannibals were on the east side, led by the Kardashians.
But they ended up being nice.
Friendly. And then Dan rides his catfish like Flipper the dolphin.
And
Free
then
Willy.
the creek monsters come in from the shopping carts.
Yes, and then the corn monsters.
the corn monsters
Oh,
from the mayonnaise and mustard festival.
yes, from Bethany.
This is all real.
Yeah,
this is
like-
all. We're not just saying
Yeah.
it. This has all been
Look it
said
up.
on the
It's in
radio.
Wikipedia.
The mayonnaise and mustard festival.
Yeah, like
We gotta start a Slobovian
M&M.
Wikipedia page.
Oh, yeah.
What we need to
Like
do.
a blog.
yeah, when we
Yeah.
start, we need to get our website up and like an actual website, and we can have like a history lesson, like a history page on there.
I'm thinking about putting shirts, get a Glory to Slobovia, and then have the Holy Rollers baseball jersey.
We got to write down his team, the team. When he gives us the
Shit, what was the first baseman's name today?
He's 6'3",
Father
290.
Father Giuseppe.
Giuseppe?
Yeah, just
He's
This is
6'3", 290.
Who? The first baseman?
Yeah, he's
Jump compared to
Yeah.
Prince Fielder.
Yeah,
That
the
was a good
second baseman
comparison.
looked like Pee Wee Reese, he said. and the outfield was Speedy, and Speedier.
yeah.
yeah. And I asked if he had Angels in the outfield, and he said, "What did he say? We don't play the Angels this year."
Yeah.
I don't think he realized what I was saying.
He's pretty good.
Danny Glover.
Yeah, and that's Father Guido from the radio
I was
show.
Guido
gonna ask,
Sarducci.
Is he? Because that was at least 2 weeks ago when I was listening, and he mentioned "Sins Be Gone."
Yeah.
Yeah.
he mentioned it today.
Did he?
His service.
He's starting to
a
pick up
new
some
app.
traction.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Have you seen? I'll pull this up real quick. I keep talking about it, but
Yeah, he wants us to promote it, and he's going to sponsor us. I think that's what he said.
Who do they open up with? The Presbyterians?
Presbyterians.
No,
No. The Protestants.
Protestants.
The Protestants,
Our
that's
rival.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that-
Protestants in the
it's
Coliseum.
in the Coliseum, that's
Yeah,
right.
in the Coliseum, and then I think he said the Methodists were pretty good this
Please,
year.
it's not the Oakland
Wait.
Coliseum where that
Yeah.
possum is.
Yeah, shit.
There's a Coliseum on the island.
No, this is
no,
the
no,
Vatican.
This is Vatican.
Oh,
This is
Yeah,
Father Guido.
Oh, Guido.
Yeah.
I gotta
okay.
go. up into Rome.
This is a real thing. If you're listening to this is not this
Oh,
has been said
absolutely.
on the radio show. The guys have called in and said all of this.
What's the little catchy thing he says about the Holy God? No, oh shoot, what's he say?
How he makes holy water? He
Yeah.
boils the hell out of
That's
it.
it. Boils the hell out of it. That's right. And he-
That's a good one.
he's
Jubb, what are you pulling up there?
I'm trying to find when Chris, you sent that link to Sins Be Gone, and I watched the video, and there it is. Okay, let me see.
Oh yeah, you showed us that.
So this if you're just listen to this, there's these guys that dressed in red. I don't
Devils.
know where this is. Yeah, they're just dressed in completely red. They look like cats. And there's a video. If I can find the video, it's in El Salvador. They go around the streets, and guys will stand, like they want this to happen to them. They'll stand out in the streets, and these guys dressed in red will run up to them and just whip the hell out of them with these reeds. It's incredible. I want to see if I can find a video of this. It's insane.
Now, are they ridding them of their sin? Is that what they're doing?
I
Or-
guess.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna see if it's
Like one of the old televangelists.
Yeah, so they how to pay devils whip faithful to cleanse sins in El Salvador festival. So people love. Oh, we got ads going on here.
I don't even know where
Sam
that's coming
Jackson
from.
jumping over a building in the concrete jungle. It's
Sam.
Yeah, here they are.
So this is what? This
like a running of the bulls.
Sins Be Gone?
No,
But the people were all laughing.
yeah. So
They were?
Yeah, watch this. It's crazy.
look, they just go.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's so little.
It's like nunchucks.
Is that a child or?
Yeah, I think it is. Definitely that
They're
one.
taking
is. Look.
pictures.
Here it is. Yeah, look.
That has to be really a messed
Spawn
up
of Satan.
group.
Look,
of
they
people.
just go and just hit these people with these flails.
and then
Yeah, there's like the flogging of Jesus. Oh,
Oh my God.
oh, he got her in
Ouch.
the butt.
She likes it.
That's, yeah, you're
I mean,
probably right.
Sins be
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, sins be gone. This is
Oh my Lord!
this is not El Salvador. This is the Vatican.
100-year-old
Oscar
tradition.
Sandoval.
And then these people
my
lay
Lord.
down and I don't know what.
What
I
are they
don't know.
doing now? Oh, he's sprinkling them with something.
Holy
Holy water.
They boiled the hell out of it. Yeah.
I mean, they pay these guys. They tip them to do this.
Look, they're all they're laughing.
Oh, he got that guy in the belly.
Oh.
Oh, I think he got him in the knuckle.
He's laughing about it.
He says
Oh,
it's really
man, look
weird
at that
because
big
I'm not
bastard.
Catholic, but I like it because it's something from El Salvador. It's really typical. Each whiplash you receive means that one of your sins goes away. I've already received several lovely lashes, so I think I'm without sin.
Wow.
It's
boy.
beautiful to come and see the procession, to see what the
He probably
procession
has
means.
a basement full of children locked. He's not worried about it.
How many times would Champ have to get wet?
I thought the
Nah,
same
Sam,
thing.
I don't
Champ's
know.
a holy man. He's,
Yeah, he
He
is
is.
a good guy.
He doesn't do enough to sin.
Nah.
Except smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a
He
sin.
gets
is
a
it?
little handsy
Hey,
with Seika.
I know he had said before when he was in high school that he played the. Did he play the trumpet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did.
But he wasn't in the band, was he? I just wonder if he was ever marching.
Oh, I think he was in
He
the
might have
band.
been in the
Yeah.
band.
Yeah, I think he was.
That's why he's so partial to the horns when he
Yeah,
listens to
he's-
Chicago
Yeah.
music and anybody.
Very talented man.
We haven't
He
listened
is.
to them lately.
No.
We haven't heard Chicago much lately.
Well, go listen to Chicago while we take a little break here.
Okay.
Yep.
You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast. We'll be right back.
Oh, hey, I'm Gary the Rat, and I'm here to save you. Look, I know you're buried under 15,000 pounds of rubble right now, but so what? Hey, at least you can listen to the Pine Room Podcast while you're down here. Stay put. I'm gonna go eat some trash. You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast.
Welcome back into the Pine Room Podcast. Hopefully you just smoked a big pack or, I don't know, down to
Or a little pack.
or down to 16
left-handed
ounce or
cigarette.
something. I don't know. But we're back here in the studio. We just took a little break, talked about some potential trips for us in the summer, or not in the summer. Yeah, in the summer.
Well, yeah, he was. Remember, he said
The
he
fall.
thought we went to Ocean City, went and then
In
October.
October.
Yeah,
Well, I thought because the water was real cold.
Yeah.
I know that's the only thing.
The water's still cold in the summer, right?
Yeah.
I mean late
real.
summer.
Remember
man.
the first
late
year-
summer and fall. it gets
We're talking
warm.
about Ocean City. We got a trip. Well, these guys have been going to Ocean City for how long?
a long time. And you're right. This will be your third year.
Yeah, my third year, yeah. But we went to Ocean City, and you remember when Chris, you and I went in, and it was freezing cold, and we just said
It was refreshing.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
refreshing.
Anyway,
It's been a warm winter though. Maybe.
Does Curry go?
Yeah.
He
went
swims a
last
lot.
year. I just hope he stays on his feet.
What are you being?
Facetious.
Okay.
Well, we just
Yeah.
don't have any trip and fall accidents
Yeah.
like
Head
last
trauma.
year.
Boy.
He had to stay home that next day.
Yeah.
He stayed
Oh, he
home.
fell right on his face, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
he skinned him
he's-
up.
You guys told me.
funniest guy I've ever met. Anyway, news notes. This week in history. What do
Go
we
ahead,
want to
Chris.
do?
Chris has some stuff on his mind.
Fire away,
Well, I
Chris.
didn't know if you talked about, but this is important to Jarrett, or noteworthy
boy.
anyway. The Pittsburgh Stadium Independent Employees Union, they're going on strike on the 20th. So the ticket takers, the ticket sellers, and ushers are on strike at PNC.
that's what I heard. I heard about that last night.
Oh,
It's like
because-
Germany.
Oh, yeah, that's right now.
yeah.
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 They're upset at the front off, or
Yeah.
they're upset at somebody. They're not getting paid enough.
Oh,
probably Bobby.
We thought they
Well,
were
the
happy.
ushers, well, the ushers are making $9.35 an hour, and they want it to be bumped up to the national average of $13.80.
Bobby ain't got that money.
And these aren't bad part-time jobs. They were saying the ticket seller makes $19 an hour, and the person they call them greeters, but the ticket taker's making $18.65.
So they
It's not bad.
probably paying the ushers 9 something, knowing they're going to get tips. Correct?
Yes, yeah, and it's funny. I was read in the comment section that some people didn't even know that you tip your usher, and the guy was like, "Well, wait,
What?
if you go to a game and it had some rain and he sits, he brushes your seat off and dries it, you got to give him. You don't have to, but you should give him some money."
Yeah.
And so, but let me
What if he doesn't wipe your seat off?
Yeah, then I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Then you get away free.
But this is talking about the Pirates and their remaining homestands in July or in April. It says the Pirates have one homestand remaining in April, playing host to the Reds from the 20th to the 23rd, and the Dodgers from the 25th to the 27th. But it says they only have one homestand remaining. That's probably an error.
That is an error.
And then it said the next home series.
Well, I
that's
guess
May
it.
5th against the Blue Jays.
A homestand. I
Would be
believe
the whole-
homestand
the whole
is the 2 series.
Consecutive, yeah. So that would be the homestand.
Yeah, homestand is like
Okay.
the.
So
like
you
Well, I
could
knew- I knew
classify it
you-
as that.
I knew you could.
Yeah.
You would.
So
shed
that would
light
be
on
right.
that.
6
But-
Yeah.
game homestand.
Yeah,
or
so
something.
Yeah,
they're-
because
so
the
they're-
home series is
Yeah, home. So
right,
they have
right.
2 home series, 1
Which
homestand.
equals a homestand. Yeah.
Speaking of, do you got anything else on that, Chris?
Oh no, I was just going to say people were joking and saying, well, the goddamn money that they charge for all the concessions, they should have money to pay.
Well, they
these
got to pay
people.
Brian Reynolds, so
Yeah,
we'll have to take a
so
pay cut.
I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah,
so I don't know what happens if you go and there's no ushers. I guess you just find your own seat. Which should be too hard to do.
Is it concession workers too?
No, it just said ticket sellers, ticket takers, and ushers.
Well, too bad James doesn't still work there, the beer salesman.
Is he
Yeah.
dead?
You said he wasn't.
I did.
That was like 15 years ago, though.
Yeah,
he
that's
took
true.
these guys to a game and told us, I swear to God, I saw James selling beer at the Pirate game.
Well, I guarantee it, Pete's dead.
What
Pete's-
about Paul or Ian?
Oh,
These are all beer
These are
sellers
all vendors.
Oh,
yeah.
that you guys knew.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
I just knew a few of them.
Yeah, but I was just going to every Penguin
well,
game.
and then you remember Norman
Kenny the
Mark
Candy?
Nardoni would always he said the candy man faked.
He was a faker. He used a cane.
He used he had
No, I had a, yeah.
he handed out candy. Norm always said that guy's faking.
Yeah, right.
So that guy's not really he
Something to
doesn't
get
need-
in his good seats or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Candy Man.
Who was the guy that always booed the?
As a guy, when they would boo all, or they would announce what sponsors are in attendance tonight, and it was always that guy would always boo the U.S. Postal Service. Every time, and he would just boo.
But yeah, it wouldn't be a vicious boo. It'd be like
just boo. Yeah,
He didn't like his mailman.
yeah. I don't know, but
He would boo the U.S. Postal Service.
We could-
that'd be like between periods or a break in the action.
Yeah.
They'd say,
We-
welcome the following, or
We could tell some really funny stories one time on this
Oh, yeah.
podcast about
Oh, you guys better
about
believe
the
it.
Penguin games that we went to with Mark Nardoni and me and him and Jerry Wiltz. There are some really funny stories. That,
I mean,
well, hit
just-
on one.
Well,
oh,
Yeah,
my
Hit
goodness.
on one right now.
You just roll into.
Well,
Hit
the
on
one-
one.
my-
Hey, wait, what about
my-
I know what
Go
yours
ahead.
is, Jarrett.
My favorite's
the
when
Walkman?
Coach Nardoni jumped into the glass,
the glass
with
and
his
then
elbow.
hurt
Oh,
his
I-
elbow?
All right, so tell that story. Tell that.
Oh, Chris tells
Wait, you
that
think
one
my
better.
All right,
what-
Chris, go ahead.
I like
Whoa.
the shooting one.
oh yeah, I wasn't there for that.
Oh, he fell.
And he fell over that.
He fell.
ripped his
he-
jacket,
He
right?
fell his jacket. He had a puck
in his
he had a
windbreaker.
puck in his.
Well, tell
and-
the
and
tell
he
the
fell and
elbow
ripped
one,
a
and then we'll,
windbreaker that he got for.
Whoa.
for a
Nick's
prize.
dad's involved in a lot of these.
I like how this went from news and notes to Penguin stories.
Oh, whatever.
No, we had great seats. Jerry Wiltz always worked for Wheeling Pit. We'd always get tickets. Coach knew him, and so he hooked us up, and we'd always go. We sat in the section A18.
A18 with the same people all the time.
Yeah, Muriel Gavin and her group rested.
Muriel was
Muriel?
Muriel was
She died a
oh.
year before they won the cup.
Yeah,
Oh.
Muriel was an absolute diehard, heavy-set older lady,
Yeah.
but she loved us.
Yeah.
We were really nice to her, but geez, we caused a lot of issues for
Yeah,
her. 'cause
spilling stuff
We'd
and-
spill beer and she'd wipe it up with a towel.
Or
and
she'd get maintenance to come down
and
with
we'd
a mop.
kick beer and.
Matt said, "How's Muriel doing?" R.I.P. Like she was still alive.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, she.
We didn't even wait for an answer.
I know. He
just
said,
out the door.
"How's Muriel?"
Well,
R.I.P.
by your tone, I figured
Oh, my
she died in the
God.
late
Well,
or the
Chris-
early 90s.
Chris made the important part of that because she was she never missed a game ever, and followed them all when they were really bad. And then when Lemieux came along, and then they started to get better and better and better, and they were on the brink of winning the cup,
And then she died.
and she passed away before they.
Yeah, and right before that though, those tickets dried up. Remember, because when Jerry.
Yeah. How many
Well, they
years did
started
we do?
getting
How
good
many years
probably.
did we go to that?
Well, probably like 3 or 4.
And you guys went to
Oh,
every game.
I think it was more than that, Chris.
Did you go? You went to every game?
I mean, we
Oh,
went
if
to
there were
every home
40,
game,
the
probably.
41 home
30.
games,
that
we
one
probably
year
went
we
to.
probably went to 30
32 or 33.
But sometimes though he'd have different seats. One time he'd have 4 down there, and I remember that Saturday night when I threw that mug on the ice. We sat right at center ice. And
Was that a Stroh's mug?
Yeah, it was Stroh beer night.
What happened to the mug?
Just fucking shattered.
Yeah, it was like one of those plastic, like almost like fiberglass.
So here's how it all went though. The game would they would drop the puck at 7:30. We'd wait for Jerry to get off work.
It's a Duval Center.
At the Duval Center, where Kroger is, where Kroger is now, and we would pick. Chris and I would stop at Little Bear, which was called, what was it, Little Bear then?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we would get a case of Busch beer, not Busch Light, Busch beer, and we would pack it in a we'd put a big cooler in a trunk, and then would have a little. Jerry would always bring that little red cooler.
Yes.
And we could get like 8 beers in there, so we would drink all the way up, and sometimes we went
and this was usually you, and then Mark Nardoni
and Jerry Wiltz, and we would sometimes go in Mark's white, what was that called?
Sunbird.
White Sunbird, and I would sit in the back, and my knees would be up like this the whole way, but I don't know, you just didn't care.
Yeah.
And we would drink all the way up, and by the time we didn't tailgate or just finish our beers, then we'd go in the game and get our seats, and then they sold these beers. How big were those beers, Chris?
They were probably, what, 16 ounces? Or 20,
no. They were at least 24
Yeah.
ounces because they were like $8 a piece, and we would all buy one round because they would get you through a period. We call them period beers because they would get you through the whole period because they were huge. So we had already drank probably 5 beers on the way up, 4 more beers in the game, and then drink all the way home.
So you would drive up. So you would drive up and then drive back to Wheeling after the game.
Now hold on.
Yeah, we get home about midnight every.
I can't believe you're alive. It's amazing.
Well, we get home about 11 o'clock.
No, because a lot of times we get home just in time to see the highlights. Because we didn't.
So
have
11:30 be about
11.
Now usually.
And then I'd have to get up for. We'd all have to get up for work. I was teaching then.
Now,
and Chris was working.
usually when you go
Yeah.
to a sporting event or any kind of event, there's the pregame, the event, and then after the fun's over and you go home. You drank on the way home.
All the way home. Every game. All the way home. Till we got out of the car and got in our own cars and went home. We drank all the way. It was unbelievable.
It was a lot of fun.
So go ahead, finish. Tell the elbow story real quick, and then
Well, and so from where we were only 3 or 4 steps from the glass. We were down in a corner. We're down where the Penguins shoot twice. Mario was the greatest player ever, and they were starting to get really good, and we saw so many different comebacks and just amazing goals from him. In one game, something great happened, and he jumped, or maybe take a running start down those steps, and
he did jump. He jumped like there were still 2 more steps left,
and he just jumped. Okay. And he tried to give it a forearm. He thought the glass was going to
give a little bit.
It doesn't give on the outside in, though. I tell you that.
Right.
It doesn't give much on the inside out either. But
he hit it, and he never
like hitting
moved
a
it.
wall,
And I don't know
hitting a
if he
brick
fell
wall.
down, but I know it hurt him like hell. And then I don't know what the next day he just had a big.
The next day is literally elbow swelled up. And I'm not exaggerating. Probably the size of.
Tennis ball?
No, it was a little bigger than that.
like a
softball.
grapefruit.
No, not as big as a softball, but maybe a grapefruit. Yeah, he had to go to the
It
hospital.
was just
and get
it was a pouch of fluid.
He had to go to the hospital and get it drained.
So obviously a lot of people saw him do that, right?
Yeah. Well, they sort of honestly, everybody in our section became to know us and know we were pretty wild and loud and yell crazy things. And then the other one that he did was unbelievable. Was when we got those cheap
those windbreakers.
Those cheap windbreakers that, like, if you were out in the cold, they would crack and
Yeah,
they would crack and break.
Who sponsored those? Like
Maybe-
Shop and Save?
Or Pittsburgh Post Gazette or
Yeah.
something, and somebody got I don't know if it was a hat trick or a big play or something, and he ran down and he tried to throw it on the ice, but it got stuck up on top of the glass. It was hanging there on top of the glass.
So you had to delay the game.
Yeah, I don't remember how we got it down.
Guy probably came out with a ladder.
You know what, though? That might have been like at the very end of the game, like an empty netter or something. Because we would have probably got in trouble.
Yeah, because I don't know if
Now-
you could jump up or somebody had to come with a stick.
Maybe
or
you could have
something.
used Candyman's cane.
So he threw that. He threw the Walkman. You threw a mug.
Yeah.
Who threw their Walkman?
Norman, Mr. Nerd. Coach
He threw it. He just threw it on the ice.
Yeah,
His Walkman. Like it's actually, he just had it with him and threw it on the
He's
ice.
probably listening to the Mike Lang or something, and then just talking.
Is that the same windbreaker that he used when he put the puck in
No,
and
because he
jumped
lost
on
that. That was another one. That was another windbreaker. And I forget how did the puck come up into the stands and he got it?
or it was
puck night?
Oh, you know what? It was puck night. That's right. And that was the night that the shooting down below, and we went sprinting down those. It goes like this all the way
Shots
down.
fired, Norman takes
Yeah,
off.
yeah. The
Didn't
shots
he
are
say-
fired and you ran towards them.
Yeah.
Well, why in the hell that was? Because he thought our car was over there or something.
That's what he told the guy. He said, well, we're parked right
Oh,
over
he wanted to
there.
go over and see what was going on. So he was running like an idiot, full speed down there, and they had a chain.
Yeah.
And why that? I guess
Like,
they
it, like
the
the
lock
one that would be
change.
in front
Yeah.
of like a driveway.
like
Right,
to keep you
right.
from going in, and he hit that thing, and he went straight out.
Like
and
he jumped and his feet got caught.
no, he didn't even see it.
No, like he caught him middle of his leg, probably.
Oh,
He didn't even see it, and he hit, and he had that puck in his pouch, and he landed right on that puck, and he first of all it ripped the jacket to shreds, and then he literally couldn't catch his breath. He was like, oh no. And the gunshots were going off, and he's laying there trying to get his breath. That was unbelievable.
I didn't know that he didn't see it. I always
No, he
thought
just-
that he jumped.
No, he just sprinted down and didn't see it and went, man, he just flew. And
But does that surprise you, though, for him to hear gunshots and say, let's go see what's
yeah,
going
let's
on?
go see what's going on. That's what he said. I said, Norman, why are we going to go down where the gunshots are? Let's go the other way. And he said, I want to see what's going on. Like, really? Oh. Yeah, so then there's other stories.
That's just a
too.
little taste of it right
Yeah.
there.
I mean, and then sometime we'll get into Mountaineer games and NASCAR. There were some really
we could go
classy.
forever.
And you don't want to bore people with stories, but some of them are really.
Oh, I think stories are
really-
the best.
I think that one time you guys got Todd DeSantis to calling about the keys was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
'Cause
when we-
I was on vacation. I remember you guys.
Oh, that's when we lost the
That
van.
was really, really
Yeah,
good.
that's-
Yeah, and then he dropped the
They
keys.
dropped
and all
it.
that.
And none of us like really remembered the whole story, but
that
Todd
was really
Todd
good.
remembered it down to the minute details
And he
about.
dropped.
Wonder what episode that would have been, Job. Almost.
Ooh,
probably,
man.
Like last June.
It was hot.
probably.
It was real hot.
That was
Oh.
really good.
And listen, Todd loves telling that story because he was like the only one that was sober
Yeah.
that day. And
Yeah, then you drop him in the creek or something.
and
Yeah, like,
yeah,
across the
miraculously
creek, like they were laying
miraculously found him and had no idea. But there's some and Chris didn't go on all the trips with us, but the ones he would go, he said when he got home,
I would always, because it was constant laughter. I mean, and the drinking and the laughter would give me a horrible headache. It was miserable because it was. I mean, one guy said one thing, and the next guy said something funnier. It was just nonstop, and
It was,
you know,
and we'll tell some funny
yeah,
stories and on another.
and nobody died. That's amazing.
It's,
Yes.
it's when I tell you
yet.
some of the things we did.
Yeah, knock on wood.
Some of the things we did and we didn't get hurt or wreck a van or
Arrested.
Yeah.
Even it didn't get any trouble.
That's somebody was watching over us and
Why us?
I don't know.
What,
but,
what the hell are we to do?
and my
Deserve
poor
that?
mother, your grandmother, she went
Staying
through
home praying the
hell.
rosary.
Oh boy,
Her and Nana.
but they loved cooking and doing all that stuff.
Not to keep going, but like
Cleaning
real
my
quick. What about
pants.
when they had to clean the van up after some of your trips?
Oh, they're pulling the and like guys were smoking and there were cigarette butts and cigar butts and
And Nana and Grandma are cleaning
food.
the
And
van
they're
up.
at
They had to clean it up.
yeah, and I'm sleeping in the yard. And they're
in the yard.
oh yeah, I fell asleep in the garden one time, and because
in the back.
yeah, in the back, right by Crinky's house.
the garage.
Yeah, I'll get my brother to tell you that one. I think I went over to pick a carrot. I swear to God, I went over to pick a carrot and I fell, and I fell asleep in the garden.
That's almost as good as Uncle Larry in the sand trap at one time.
Wait.
Oh yeah. And then he fell asleep in the van
in the
that
van.
morning,
Wait.
in the front seat of the van.
Why did you go pick a carrot?
I mean, really?
You have to ask that.
Really? I was going to make a salad, I guess. But I fell
So you fell and then just said, I give up. And just
and I
went-
just slept in the garden.
In the dirt.
And it was real dewy out too, and it was so cute. That was unbelievable. That was bad. And then like you said, my poor mother and aunt came out, and they would want to get it real nice and clean, and it was just shoes with mud and cans of wrappers and
probably stunk.
Oh, stunk like just from everything.
I want
Yeah.
to go pick
All right.
Anyway, well, let's.
All right. We
I'd
better
love to
wrap
tell
it up.
some more of those.
Yeah, we'll be here all night.
And some
Never heard that.
NASCAR stories
yeah.
too. We can tell some NASCAR stories. That
I
were
don't know
just-
who this girl is, Jared.
Wow.
You know her?
Whitaker. Fuck.
Yikes!
I have no idea.
Oh my lord!
Bally Sports.
Woo!
That guy's
man.
bald.
But anyway, good
What did you
stories.
just say about her?
Nothing.
She said she's a very nice lady
No.
and a
Yeah.
very
She
good
got
announcer.
this job based on talent alone.
I
We
don't
don't
Yes.
know.
We
Yes.
haven't
There's
heard
no doubt.
anything yet.
Yes.
Says otherwise.
Uh,
I didn't know. I always used to seeing that old guy call games for the Rays. I never saw her.
Yeah, I forget what that guy's name is.
Hey, there's
But,
there's an interesting thing in a week in history. Charles Manson on
Chucky.
April 19th,
Your mom's neighbor.
which is tomorrow, sentenced to life in prison for the murder of Sharon Tate.
is he's dead? right?
No, I think he's still
Yeah.
alive.
He died a few-
1971.
he
that
just
was.
died a few years
Yeah. I
ago.
Oh,
thought
did he?
was
But he
dead,
lived
yeah.
for a long time. Yeah.
He must have been something, man. He must have been. I'd like to. Are there books about him?
Yeah. Documentaries. Too.
I bet there's some really crazy things that dude. I mean, he could like get in people's heads.
Yes.
Man, how many times was he up for parole? Do they do that? They don't.
Yeah, a couple times, but he was denied every time.
Oh,
yeah.
as he should have been. My God.
Oh, man,
He was born in Cincinnati.
Yeah, but he lived
down there in
lived
Benwood, didn't he?
Glendale or
Yeah.
Benwood or something.
Man, he was a
McMecken, I think, is what it
he was a
said.
crazy looking
Didn't he have
dude.
a Didn't he have a swastika on his
Yeah,
forehead?
he
Yeah,
tattooed it
carved
right
it
in the
in
middle
there.
of his.
Well, tattooed or carved it?
Was it carved or?
Yeah, I think it was
tat-
done
Man,
with a
I think it
knife.
was- I think
He
it
might
was-
have tatted it in prison tat, like basically dug it in there. And,
I thought it was a knife.
No, you're thinking Inglorious Bastards when they carve
yeah,
it
no,
into.
you're right, Joe. It's
But you know, the prevailing theme in every week in history is murder and death.
Yeah, boy, there's a lot.
That's
of
what-
it.
that's what people remember.
The Branch Davidians, the Oklahoma City bombing, Columbine.
yeah,
This is all in a
it's
week.
a rough week.
Speaking
It's
of
a terrible week.
speaking of Branch Davidian, on another,
Oh, yeah.
have you guys seen Waco?
Yeah, I've watched all.
Is it good?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's good. It's
watch it.
I mean, it's definitely a lot.
It's only three. There's only three.
And
of
it's
them.
Wait. Are you talking about
The
the
Waco, the series.
the series,
yeah.
not the documentary?
The series that's on Netflix.
Well, there's two. There's one which like the actual.
They show the actual
actors.
footage.
Well, and then there's the one
Well,
that's
that'd
like
be a documentary, right?
yes.
3-part.
But there's all.
documentary.
Did you watch the Waco
No,
that
I-
had like Ruth from Ozark in it?
I
She
don't
was-
know. I haven't seen
Yeah,
any
so
of
there's
it.
one of those too that's really good. It's like
Oh,
6
okay.
episodes.
It looked really good.
Yeah, no, it's a good watch. Definitely.
Okay. All
I like
right.
it.
I just saw Branch.
Something on here that
Charles Manson got married in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
It, like,
groupies. a lot
before-
of those
right-
serial
like, right
killers
before he
get women.
died.
They all worship.
There's a
them.
a
What do you
picture-
got, Jarrett?
Never mind.
I just on here April 19th, 1770. James Cook discovers Australia.
Yeah.
I don't know why that. I feel like that seems so like late. I feel like Australia should have been discovered a long time ago.
I know.
1770.
And then the British would send all their
Such a
convicts there.
big land mass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was
But no
anybody
one ever
occupying?
Oh, the Aborigines. Yeah, there's
Oh,
people
okay.
in there. Yeah.
Job, I haven't heard the horses coming down the hall to.
Oh no, they
They're
went
in the
home.
barn for
They
the
must
night.
be. No, he put them. Boy, they ran around a lot today on the
Nah.
show.
Yeah, they
all
were-
over
I
the
was
place.
gonna when I should have called in right after I heard that and say I was gonna ask you because we always make fun of these people if John Elway or Rebecca Lobo were in the studio. 'Cause
Julia
they're both-
Roberts.
No,
Yeah.
not Julia.
Elway.
Why?
Elway
What-
Because they're horse faces.
Sarah,
You ever
can-
see-
Oh!
Sarah, Je-
Sarah
Jessica
Jessica
Parker,
Yeah, yeah.
horse face.
Oh.
Elway could bite
But
through.
I haven't heard him.
That's the Broncos logos. John
Hey,
Elway's
he's
face.
done.
Hello. Who?
He's done with the Broncos.
Oh, really?
They might start winning now.
I'm Mr. Ed.
I'm Mr. Ed.
Wait,
Didn't,
what was that? What did we do that one on?
That was when you guys wanted to play the theme because it was in
Did Dan mention that?
Yeah, Dan was the
Dan,
one that
yeah.
said.
Yeah.
You know how you talk to a horse and you know what he says
You
back.
say hello. My name is Mr. Ed.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
You played the horses,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Couldn't Jackie Kennedy bite through sheet metal?
Jesus.
Kennedy. Where did that come from?
Well, I was saying
Jackie
John
Onassis?
because
Come
John
on,
because
that's
John
awesome.
Elway could bite through sheet metal.
Oh,
Wow.
Jackie O.
He's like
He's-
the one bad guy in James Bond with the iron. He bit through that.
Oh, yeah.
that
John Elway.
He bit through that cable.
I never heard anyone say
Jackie Onassis.
Jackie Onassis
Wow.
can bite through sheet metal.
Jarrett, where'd you get that one?
That's good.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It's from Know Your Means. Why does Jackie Kennedy eat sheet metal?
Incredible.
Oh.
She's dead.
Her entire family was slain.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, there's-
one way or another.
Yeah, they said
that family's not cursed, is it?
Yeah.
Ted Kennedy.
Did the
was-
Guardians just get swept?
Yeah, they lost 1-0.
yeah, Jose Ramirez struck out to end the game for a sombrero.
Boy, I'm gonna.
That's Richard Keel from what the hell?
What is that?
Richard Keel.
Oh, that's on
That's
James
Jackie
Bond.
Kennedy.
That's James Bond. That's what was his name in James Bond?
They were made out of cobalt steel and chromium steel.
But
Jaws.
he was
That's right,
he was the
Jaws.
main character in Happy Gilmore.
No,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he had the
right.
shirt that said
Yeah.
"Guns don't kill people." I do.
I do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he was the main character, Chris.
the main character.
What was
But
it?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, great actor.
Yeah.
He was like 6'11".
Great
I think he
actor.
was more of a circus freak, but an actor.
Oh, he would have been in with our boy.
Yeah,
Tommy.
Tommy.
him and he'd have been the other side of Tommy.
Tommy.
Thumb. Yeah.
Tommy.
Oh, now he's Tommy.
Yeah, it's well, Matt
That is
called,
that's one
Matt
ugly
called
man.
it.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, that guy James something day. The guy that led the bombing. James.
Oh, Doolittle.
Yeah,
Jimmy
Doolittle.
Doolittle.
He said Jimmy
yeah.
Doolittle today.
General Jimmy Doolittle.
Yeah.
Oh, was he on a horse?
No,
I
he was
think
on a plane.
Yeah.
Oh, I
he was
didn't know.
bombing shit.
Well, any birthdays this week you guys want to hit on?
I got one.
Ned Stark.
Yeah.
Hayden
Sean
Christensen,
Hey,
the savior.
Yeah, so you got Ned Stark. You got Darth Vader.
Bean. Andy
You
Serkis,
got
big fan.
Captain Sulu. You got you
Oh,
got
Sulu,
Caesar.
yeah. Well, Circus played how many different
Hey,
things?
Caesar.
in
He
there?
played Gollum. He played Snoke.
And
He
yes,
played.
Snoke.
and then he played the dude, in Andor. Yeah.
And he
Coach
plays
was-
Zeb.
James
Yeah, right?
McAvoy. Which
He was.
comic guy is
He was Professor
X. Yeah. Okay.
When you look at these,
Charles
there are a lot
Xavier,
of you, you're
right?
like, who the fuck are these?
Jeffrey-
people?
I don't
Big
know, I don't-
job for you,
I don't
Amber
know.
Heard.
I don't know
Ah,
George
yeah.
Lopez
Andy
too.
Serkis. I don't know who that is.
No.
George
Tony
Takei.
Danza.
Jeffrey
Chris.
Dean Morgan.
George Tick.
Oh, you guys know Jeffrey
Shuggy
Dean
Knight.
Morgan.
Is it Shuggy Knight?
Suge Knight.
Suge Knight.
Jeffrey
Yeah,
Dean
Suge
Morgan's
Knight.
a guy in your zombie show.
Shug's still
That's
in
Negan.
prison.
Negan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, George Takei. He was on.
Sulu.
He was Sulu. Yeah.
Star Trek.
Yeah. There's
Jennifer
a lot.
Garner.
She
Good
just
Lord.
got a holiday named after her.
Jennifer Garner?
Today they're gonna call it Jennifer Garner Day in Charleston, and
She went
got
to
a key.
GW.
She got a key to the city. I just heard it on.
What does the key to a city do?
I don't know.
I think it's just like a.
What's that,
thing.
Chris?
It's the masturbation motion.
So a lot of people that have keys to the city then.
Like the
Can't
Oh,
beat their
just-
meat.
Well, just like with the other. Well, last week, Mark, I don't think you were here. We were talking about the honorary doctorate. What
Yeah.
same
Oh.
thing? I mean, okay, whatever.
I guess it's just
Yeah.
something to put on your resume.
Yeah.
Yeah, George Lopez is really important though. 62 on
Hey.
I
April
can't believe
23rd.
Carmen Electra's only 51.
Yeah, and two folks in our family
Well,
have birthdays today.
real quick before you get to that.
Kristen?
It says that the actual key to the city back when it was important were
Right.
actual city gate keys that they would
Oh,
gift
right,
to
right.
important people to be able to get into the city gates. Whereas
They
now,
come in hammered at night and you break
Yeah.
the key off in the door
Now
when you're
it's
going
just-
to eat a carrot.
now it's just a symbol of gratitude reserved for those who service to the public and
It's
the
like
common
just
good.
something
The
put on
city
your
of
wall.
Jericho had a key, and Joshua took it
Something.
down.
Yeah, so Ryan Williams birthday today, Ryan Williams and Kristen Williams Roberts
Jesus.
Yeah.
birthday today.
Happy birthday.
birthday.
Happy
Kristen, one of the
birthday.
big Pine Room podcast fans. So happy birthday to those
both
two.
of
Who did I
Yes.
say today that I thought was birthday? You said their son won a contest.
Kissel.
Who did I
Oh,
say?
Yeah.
One
Saul
of our
Rosenberg.
contests. Who the heck did I say?
don't
gee, I
know.
forget.
I
who-
don't remember. It was really dumb.
My
though, if
brain's
you can
about
If you can
gone.
imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fried after.
It's about time to
Well,
Yeah.
pack it in.
I'll leave you with this quote or the phrase of the week. Thank you for joining us here on the Pioneer Room Podcast. We enjoy your viewership and your listenership. As always, we appreciate you following along with us all this time. look for all of our new stuff. We've got things coming out on YouTube all the time, Spotify, Amazon, whatever. You can listen to us on the radio. Please do that. Listen to us on the radio. It really helps us. And let us know how we're doing. Send us an email, contact@thepineroompodcast.com. Listen to us. It's fun. It's a fun time. You can put it on while you're working or while you're driving somewhere. Mondays from 2 to 3, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12 to 3. But without further ado, whatever you do in life, surround yourself with smart people who will argue with you. With that,
Quote by
you for
George
joining
Kettlewell,
us.
right?
Yeah, that was
John
quoted by
Wooden.
John Wooden. We appreciate you here, and we will see you here next week in the Pine Room.
Good
Bye.
night.
Smoke them cigarettes.
Yeah.
We're proud of you.
Well, it's that time. The coolers are empty, the food's all gone, and the games are over. But that's all right. There's always next week. Follow us on social media to keep up to date with future shows and send any questions, comments, or topics you'd like us to discuss to contact@thepineroompodcast.com. Until then, we'll see you here next time in the Pine Room.